Hey guys, in this video, I am going to teach you how to use Ruby as a tank. And to all of my bashers, yes, I am still epic. But I didn't stay in epic rank just to make myself look strong. I am never been so strong. I am just a humble YouTube content creator wanted to share my knowledge and experience. I made this tutorial in a MCL match so the enemy will be stronger than an epic rank game. Sorry for the low graphics, this is the best setting that my smartphone can handle. If you came here to learn, then you are on the right track. But if you just want to see someone strong to satisfy yourself, then I am not the one you are looking for. Let's proceed now to our tutorial. First is the choice of roam blessings. I don't usually set my blessings as fixed because I want to choose what blessings I want to use in each game. Ruby is not a healer, so it is pretty obvious that she don't need favor. Conceal is not something that I recommend since Ruby have a dash abilities already. Encourage is usually my best option in each game because it helps the whole team. You can choose die or hit when you want to be aggressive type. But in this game, I would choose encourage for the benefit of the whole team. Especially that we have Mia who do not have that much damage compared to other marksmen. In the beginning, you should help your hyper or core to jungle and prevent enemies from invading. When it comes to boots, you can choose tough boots or warrior boots, depends on the enemy lineup. But in this game, I would choose magic shoes for extra cooldown reduction, since I am not going to build any defensive item that have a bonus cooldown reduction here. As for your first core item, I don't really recommend Haas Claws because it won't help much. Why? Because Haas Claws or any other lifesteal items won't heal that much without a damage. And always consider that your enemy will surely buy anti-lifesteal, so Haas Claws plus tank build will not heal you that much. If you think Haas Claws is still better, then go for it. Ruby is not really that tough, so building Haas Claws as your first item will make you vulnerable. It's true that Haas Claws will give you lifesteal, but put in your mind that you are using roam item here. It means that you will be the last one to get your first core item. So by the time you have your Haas Claws, enemy might have a 2 or more core items, depends on their ability. And that's what I mean when you will be vulnerable to their attacks. When it comes to Emblem, you can choose Tank Emblem if you like, but I prefer Support Emblem for a better movement speed. Movement speed is important because that way, you can roam faster around the map. You can also get closer to your target faster and run faster when you have to. When it comes to subtalents, I prefer movement speed and hybrid region, so I don't have to build Thunderbelt. If you don't get it, Thunderbelt helps Ruby regenerates more mana. So, if you choose Support Emblem, then you can spam your skills without worrying about your mana anymore. When it comes to talent, you can choose Focusing Mark if you want. But I highly recommend Pull Yourself Together, because this talent will be very useful especially in the late game. I don't really recommend Avarice if you want to use Ruby as a tank, because roam is more effective when you are the poorest in your team. Ruby will not be as tough as other tanks no matter what you do, but you can at least make her tough, enough to take the damage for his team. Based on my observations, there are a lot of Ruby user who's afraid to be the front liner. Guys, please, if you want to use Ruby as a tank or fighter, then please don't be afraid to be the front liner. One of the weakness of Ruby being a tank is you have to go home again and again. But my own way to regenerate your life without relying on lifesteal is using Guardian Helmet. I usually buy Guardian Helmet in the mid or late game, because it is not effective in the early because it doesn't give you any defense at all. When it comes to battle spell, you can choose Flicker to make a good set. This also help you get closer to enemy damage dealer easily. You can also choose Revitalize to help you and your team to regenerate without having to go home. I don't recommend Execute because Ruby do not need to secure the kills. Retribution, Inspire, Sprint, Flame Shot, Petrify, Purify and Arrival is something that I do not recommend for tank Ruby. Aegis is good for tank Ruby, but my favorite battle spell for Ruby is Vengeance. This helps you survive even 5 of your enemies bombard you with their skills. Our turret in the bottom lane is still have a shield, so I decided to help kill the turtle instead. But our hyper's retribution is still in the cooldown.
Initiate request backup. You have slain
I didn't expect that Mia will be able to beat Bruno when it comes to push. So I decided to help the top lane. It's pretty obvious that bottom lane do not need my help.
Request backup. Request backup. Initiate retreat. An enemy has initiate retreat. Launch attack. Your team destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
When it comes to build, I do not have a fixed build for tank Ruby since tank always need to depends its item on enemies. This battle is the first match of our MCL. I will make a separate video about how to adjust Ruby's tank build depends on enemies. And I will make the second part of Ruby tank tutorial in my second match of MCL. I just want you guys to know that I do not recommend Ruby as a tank. I just made this tutorial because I know that there are times when we had to use Ruby as a tank.
You destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain. Request backup. An enemy has been slain. You have been slain. An ally has slain. An enemy has been slain. Request backup. Mega kill. Request backup. Your team destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain. Your team destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain. Initiate retreat. Shut down.
Because Marksman is always playing solo, I am really having a hard time making a choice if I should protect her or protect the core. I know how easy it is to gank Mia because I am also a Mia user with over thousands of matches.
An enemy has been slain. kill.
When you have a low HP and there's an enemy nearby, don't go home yet. Remember the ultimate rule of Mobile Legends. The most unresistible bait is a dying enemy. So when enemies see you dying, then they will do their best to kill you. You will be their weakness, making them reckless and die in unnecessary way. This will be the example for that. Look how they will react to me.
You have slain an enemy! You have slain an enemy!
Look how desperate that Benedetta is. His greediness led him to death.
Initiate retreat! Your team destroyed a turret! Request backup! An ally has slain Lord! Killing spree! An ally has been attack! Launch attack! An enemy has been slain! Double kill! Triple kill! Legendary! Wiped out! Victory! Welcome to semi-final!
This will be the end of the video. Thank you all for coming. Before we end this video, I just want to ask you to help us in our Facebook page. Liking and following our page will really help us. The link is in the description box.